punt year.
Well,
Dude,
I'm sorry.
you ain't lying.
That's a nuanced discussion because that's a nuanced discussion because some years they actually give the illusion that they're trying to win. Like the last 2 years weren't. Like I wouldn't call last year a punt year.
Right,
It was
I'm glad you said the illusion. I'm
horribly.
glad you said the illusion.
Yes, the
Yeah,
illusion.
because the fucking Jets are fucking trash.
No, look. This is the difference.
I'm sorry. I don't think
there was expectations last
we're
year.
not going
right?
to reach a level until we get rid of Woody. Woody needs to go. Until Woody's
Yeah,
gone,
but that
we're
you
fucking
can't
trash.
control that.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
not
only
gonna
thing.
happen.
You can't control that. But the difference is like last year you had an expectation and we didn't meet those standards.
Yeah.
Right? Now this year it's like,
Yeah,
okay, who gives a shit?
But no. Last year was based off of the fact that Brees had a great fucking season.
You think Brees had a great fucking
phenomenal
season?
We had defense that
He did
actually
not. He didn't do anything.
Brees had a great year in 2023. Last year he looked more like he was hurt.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. 100%.
Who?
Brees did not do good last year.
Yeah,
but see, the thing was with Brees, this was the thing. This was the thing with Brees.
Yeah.
Are we going to skip over the whole intro?
No, let me do the intro.
Drop the intro.
Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. You are now tuned in to the Emergency Landing Podcast. A little impromptu recording where we were already talking off the air. Figured we'd bring it to on the air. We got Chris, Membu the Destroyer.
Yep.
We got Mo, who's more optimistic than he's ever been before. Leading us to Super Bowl, and then we have Justin Armstrong in the nude, chilling on his bed, hitting a vape. Hopefully you do not have to. You're not gonna have to get up for any reason during this, are you?
I might, but I'll censor.
Okay. This video will most likely be, not that it was going to be monetized, but now it'll probably be even more hidden due to its pornographic nature. As we, as we are here to, how else would we recap? The 2025 NFL draft?
I can recap it real quick for you if you want. All right. Here's my quick recap of this draft.
All right.
So, I like the first 3 picks, day 1 and day 2, and I think everybody on day 3 could get cut.
Yeah.
I mostly agree,
except for Malachi Moore.
Yeah, I was gonna say except for Malachi Moore. I do mostly agree with that. I think that
Malachi Moore.
Yeah, I thought the Membu pick was a good pick. I thought it was the right pick, even if it might not be as exciting.
It's fine. Honestly, you know what? I think Membu is actually a fucking dog, and I think he'll play tackle better than Olu. If you want my honest opinion.
I think Membu was the best pick we've ever had.
Oh, you're all right. Yeah, now you're wild.
Hands down, what we need.
Well, I don't know about all of that. I still think Fashanu is a better player. I still think Fashanu is a better player, but I think Membu.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
We're
talking about the future. We're talking about.
I don't know because
Membu was hands down what we needed.
I kind of like. Honestly, to me, I don't think there's. I like Membu as a tackle over Fashanu, and the reason being is because. Yeah, but what the reason I'm saying that is because I feel like Olu, people just gave him like an immediate pass. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
After
Becton,
to me, because dude, I watched Olu's games, and I saw maybe like 2 to 3 games where he was actually like decent, like he was really good. After that, I didn't
Yeah.
really see it that much. He was just like just placating. He was like average. He wasn't like dominant like everybody was expecting him to be. I feel like Membu is a fucking
but
dog.
but
Yeah, he's a
but
beast.
an average fucking O lineman is a lot better than
Yeah,
a
no,
O
no, no.
lineman.
I'm not complaining about it. That was the right pick. 100%. I like the pick
That's
100%, and
look
I
in
think
my
that
opinion. In my
he's going to be
opinion,
good.
yeah,
If
no,
I
100%. But in my opinion,
Yeah,
Vera Tucker solidified his position in this offense where we just need to build around. That's why I love the Membu pick because Membu could slide in, do work. Hopefully, he can do work against actual men other than the fucking the NCA that
but
he's dealt
I
with,
I but
and
I
it will
could see
progress.
AVT getting replaced though.
He could. You can't pay
You think
everyone.
ABT is getting replaced?
I think he could get
This is
replaced.
the last year.
That's
This is the
wild.
last year of
That's
his. This
wild.
is the last
Why
year of
why
his
is that
deal.
wild?
Because we're trying
Why
to
is that
build a
why is that wild?
fucking. Because we're trying to build an O line. We're trying
Yeah,
to build a
but
solidified O
okay,
line that
okay,
can
but
last at least 3 years. At least three
yeah, but
years.
why
We
why why is that wild to replace him?
He's been
because
injured. It's the last year of his
he should be
deal,
crucial,
and you can't pay everyone.
but
He
he
can't.
should be
Yeah,
crucial to
exactly.
that line.
Yeah, he should be crucial, but
So you're
guess what?
saying
He's
replace
not.
him?
Yeah, I'd replace
All
him
right. So
if he.
so
It depending
now
on
we're just
this
going
year.
back through. Well,
I'm not
yes,
saying
yes, it
do
does.
it.
It definitely
Look,
does.
look, look. Everybody on the O line doesn't need to be replaced in the first round. You can do it in the second round. You can find guards. It's not that hard. You just need to coach him up.
Yeah, and hopefully
Yeah,
someone can tell.
but I don't want to
Hopefully
deal
someone
with
can tell our
fucking
regime that
threes.
you're allowed to draft decent players on day 3. Like you don't just have to like throw away, light those picks on fire.
Right.
Like it seems like whether it's McCagnon or Joe
Oh yeah,
Douglas or
yeah.
so far it's not looking great for Muji and Glenn on day 3. It seems we can never get guys on day 3. You get your
Yeah.
occasional Braylon Allen or your occasional
It's yeah.
But
your
you
occasional
shouldn't
Casey
have to build
Anunwa.
your
It's
But
team
aside
whatever.
from
around
that,
day 3.
But I mean,
Day
if
three should
AVT can
be
be stable, fine. Like, all right, he's gonna
well.
be
Yes,
secure.
yes,
He's gonna be securing the spot. That's fine. But
yes,
if he can actually be stable for a full season, and you can see it, you can see how he's just work because he did it last season, but he got hurt
nigga,
like maybe two
nigga.
times.
yeah, I think this is gonna be this
Yo,
will be like a real return to form year for AVT though, because he'll
It
be like,
is.
a year removed from, the
we
back-to-back
said the
like
same.
Achilles and
We
ACL
said the same
injuries.
about Makai Becton, right? We said the same about Makai Becton.
Yeah, but look at him.
Super Bowl
Yeah,
champion.
Yeah, as a what? Not a tackle.
We don't need to
Exactly.
talk about
He
Makai
did. Yeah,
Becton.
but
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, but that's
Not as a tackle, but he was crucial. Was he not? What was he not
yeah, but
crucial?
what was the difference though? He was playing tackle for us. He didn't want to play guard for us.
Yes, yes, 100%, 100%. I'll agree with you there. 100%. You're not wrong, but doesn't mean he's not fucking crucial to the offense. Was
Where is he now?
Makai Becton not crucial
As
to the
crucial as he was
offense
to the
winning the
offense,
game?
the Eagles didn't re-sign him. They still felt comfortable
Yeah,
letting him walk.
who won the Super Bowl? By the way, and I hear it every
Yes,
day.
you're right.
I see what a
You're right.
good offensive line looks like,
Yeah,
and
and
you
that's what
don't
the
have to
Jets are.
draft one
All
every
right.
single
So
fucking year.
And that's what the Jets are trying to build. And I think they're, I think they're almost, I think they're pretty much done for now as far as building the O line. I
They
mean,
better fucking be.
you have your 5 starters. I understand O
yeah,
line, O line in the first round is boring, but you weren't getting an Armand Membu prospect or level prospect on day 2. So,
Yeah.
if that's your guy, you get him
but
there. It's the right
do,
move.
do y'all not agree that our O line should be bolstered right now?
I think it should be a
Like,
top. I think it should be at least a top 10 to 15 unit in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah,
yes, it
I could
should
agree
be.
with that.
Should be.
Uh, but who do you think is our best offensive lineman?
We have a lot of
So,
like jack of all trades, masters
uh,
at none. But I would
Because
say
I have one immediately.
Fashanu.
Really,
Yeah, well, who's yours?
yeah,
John
definitely,
Simpson.
definitely.
John Simpson is like, I'm not gonna say
John
John Simpson is the
Simpson's.
best, but
I
he's
think he's a
everything
fucking dog
he's a dog, and he's like everything you want as far as
But
a
as
player's
a
he's
guard.
always been
personality.
a
But
dog.
I think Fashanu is like more talented.
I feel like we haven't seen enough of Olu yet.
Yeah, I mean we got to see more, but like I like
Well,
what
yeah,
I've
no, of
seen so
course
far.
not. Of course not.
I mean, we've also
Yeah.
only seen this year of John Simpson as a Jet, and we
Yeah.
thought a lot of Jets fans, ourselves included, we kind of thought he'd be like the weak link of the O line, but he was actually like one of our better O
Yeah.
lines.
100%.
We're at a point
I
now
thought
where,
that was honestly I was
Because he's
wrong
old.
about. I thought that was a terrible signing,
yeah, we're
and
at a
he
point
ended
now
up being
where,
the best fucking signing. To be honest with you.
yeah, we're at a point now where like we just signed him last year. I think it was to what, a 2-year deal, but like we
Hmm.
gotta. We definitely got to think about paying him. So I don't know if you're going to be able to pay both him and AVT.
I'd pay John Simpson over AVT.
No,
100%.
I don't think you need to pay both. I don't think we need to pay both.
What are you going to do? Franchise one of them?
AVT should step it up. Nah, AVT should step it up. I think we
Well,
have. I think
What?
we're in a position where we should have a legitimate O line, regardless of Simpson, that want to sign with us.
Yeah, well, if
to sign with us.
If they
That's
want
What the
to sign
fuck are
with
you
us,
talking about?
the money has to be right too. And if you're gonna have both of them on
money
your
has to be
team,
right, but it's O line money. It's O line money.
O lineman.
We
I
can
mean, it is
shell
guard
out for
money, so
fucking
it's not as
O-line money.
it's guard money, so it's not as expensive as paying a tackle. So at least you're not paying them tackle money, which I think is why it was kind of smart when Muji came out and said AVT is a guard like before the draft, and then his actions prove that that's the plan, because it's like, all right, we're not paying you tackle money. We got other. We got 2 rookie tackles or under rookie deals, so we don't have to pay tackle money. But they'll still make a good chunk of change as guards. And they have a lot of other holes to fill too. So, I don't know how it's all going to work.
The other holes is a whole nother fucking situation, because yes, we have plenty of holes on the offense.
I mean, but the offensive line, aside from the quarterback, that's like the most important part of your team is making sure you have a good cohesive, keyword cohesive. They also, because it's one thing to have 5 good starters on your line, but they also have to like play well as a unit. So, hopefully they can also do that.
That's the issue where we have linemen that are great rushing.
But if you want, John Simpson and AVT on the team in 2026, then you got to extend them both.
Paying
They're
your ass.
franchise tag one of them.
I mean,
the
fucking Eagles, like you said, Justin, the Eagles do it.
Yeah, the Eagles managed to do it. They the
Eagles
never really have to worry about
very well.
The Eagles never really have to worry about addressing needs. They just kind of They can kind of just go BPA.
No, the Eagles have had.
They have a strong
yes,
pipeline.
The Eagles have had a lot of luck where it's not as dire as what we have.
Is it luck or is it
no
just
fucking shit?
Very good. Is it luck or is it just very good management?
It's both.
I wouldn't say it's great management, only because look, man, they got the tush push. The tush push works so well for them.
Nigga,
No
that's
other team
exactly
can
why they have a
actually
good
do the
O
tush
line.
push. Yeah.
The O line
But
and the
we're
fact that
bolstering
Jalen
our
Hurts
O-line.
squats like 600 pounds is like what makes it
And,
go.
and you got Saquon.
Yeah, and you got Saquon as like the decoy or like, you know, there's so many things, and you got AJ Brown outside and Devontae Smith. Like, there's just so much.
Dude.
You had Dallas Goedert. There's so much you have
There's
to
a lot of game planning that goes into facing the Eagles. There's a lot of game planning.
I'm about to whip out my Jalen Hurts jersey.
Yeah. Well, before we become an Eagles podcast, let's get back to the Jets and let's get back to this draft. So I think we all agree. We all agree. Membu, good pick. No qualms there. Then round 2, we go with Jason Taylor's
great
son,
pick.
Mason Taylor, who you know, I know that Mo has said that he is soft, and I don't know if he's necessarily even soft. I think he's 20 years old, and
I'm warming up to him. I'm warming up to him.
He's only 20 years old. He's gonna develop. He's gonna get bigger, faster, and stronger. And he's a pass catching tight end that this team so desperately needs.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm look, I don't hate him. I don't hate him at all. I just felt like we needed an actual tight end, not just another receiver. But he's just like, to me, he's like just a big receiver.
Yeah, but we have tight ends. I mean, Jeremy Ruckert can block. Like, he can't do much, but Jeremy Ruckert can block.
If he can do that, then I mean, there should be no issue if we want to run 2 tight end sets.
And I feel like we will.
Nigga, I
hope we do.
Put me on the field for fucking 2 seconds. I can
block. Okay, well that's not gonna happen.
Blocking isn't the issue. You need.
Justin, do you think? Justin, how many 100-mile-an-hour fastballs do you think you could make contact with if you saw 100 of them?
None.
100 miles.
Answer the question.
I'll probably make contact with 0.
You see 100. You're at bat. You can't bunt. You see 100 100-mile-an-hour fastballs. All right, good answer.
There you go.
Yeah, but if I saw someone running at me, running at me, and I can just take out their legs,
to me, Mason Taylor,
legs, I take him down 99
it's like
out of 100% of the time.
Like an NFL player.
Who, Mason Taylor?
No, I'm asking Justin. He's saying like,
I
you
just
can block someone for 2 seconds.
Get in the way. Yes.
Well, you just do like a little chip block.
Yes.
Who?
Yeah.
I feel like you just get ran over.
Yeah. Danny Woodhead? Yes. I feel like even Danny Woodhead would run your ass down.
I could get ran over. 100%. I can get ran over.
So what's the point then?
Is there a knee going to touch the ground? Is there a knee going to touch the ground?
Is there a need for huh?
Does not compute.
Anyways,
Mason
Taylor.
All I'm saying is motherfuckers run me. They can run me the fuck over. Is their knee going to touch the ground?
I don't know, motherfucker.
Am I going to be able to take their knee to the ground?
You tell me. I don't fucking know.
Are you talking about trying to tackle someone or trying to block someone? What does their knee have to do with it?
I'm saying yes, 100%. 100%. I'm not getting ran over. I'm not getting ran over without dragging your knee to the fucking ground.
Like you're talking about tackling a ball carrier.
I swear to God.
That's it.
Yeah. I disagree.
All right, well.
I strongly disagree with that assessment.
I don't give a fuck how big you are. You can fucking kill me.
You think you could
take
tackle
your knee to the ground?
You think you could bring Derrick Henry down?
I would love to see that.
If he's running my ass over,
insane.
I'm grabbing
Cooper. Hey,
I can
Cooper.
grab.
Cooper DeJean could do that shit. Then you must be able to do that, right?
It's it's a simple fact. Bring a knee to the ground.
I don't. You know what? I really don't like how you looking like. What the fuck is his name? The dude, the R&B singer.
It could be a lot of R&B singers.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that. I was thinking of.
Down.
I was thinking about R. Kelly at first, but now I'm thinking about.
Yeah, nigga, I know R. Kelly.
No, this is insane. I was thinking about D'Angelo at first because he had a whole fucking music video. But anyways, Cooper DeJean can tackle Justin. He can tackle Derrick Henry.
Yo, Derrick Henry will run right over me. Run right over me.
Yes,
but what are you saying?
But you're saying that in doing so that you can somehow get his knee to touch the ground and make a tackle.
What are you doing here? What are we talking about?
You're doing what?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Justin, you got on this whole thing about how you could block anyone or like you could get in anyone's way and it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know.
My connection was lagged.
Yeah, well, whatever you're going on about doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So yeah, Mason Taylor. You know, I think it was.
Yeah, no, it look to me.
What doesn't make sense to me is
I would have maybe like there were maybe some receivers on the board I would have liked them to go with.
Yeah, I honestly I thought it was kind of a it seemed like it was a pick that was a little too early, but because I thought there were some other players that could have gotten picked first, but Mason Taylor to me like he's not bad to me. To me, I feel like he seems more like a receiver than a tight end. He has more receiver attributes than a tight end. Maybe he can learn how to be because Tanner Engstrand was a tight ends coach, so maybe he can coach him up to be a tight end.
Yeah, that could help. Some sort of vision there.
Yeah, there maybe is some sort of vision there.
I for one,
I didn't mind it. Like I knew the pick was coming too. Yeah. I knew it. It's the same with Membu. Like those first two picks, I knew they were going to take.
Oh yeah. When the Jets were on the clock, I knew they were taking Membu. I was like, "There's no."
Yeah, I knew they were. I knew it 100%.
I for one couldn't believe it when they said that he was Jason Taylor's son because I was like, that does not look like Jason Taylor's son. I mean, now I look at it more like, yeah, I guess I kind of see it a little bit in the face, but you know,
no,
he's bright. He's white. He's bright
yeah,
skin.
he got the mom's. He got the mom's.
Yeah. He's a bright skin nigga.
Justin
he's kind of like me actually. He's close. He's close to me actually.
And if anyone was wondering, Justin does keep it hairy. We have photographic evidence of that now. Talking about the chest, of course. You perv.
No, we were talking about the whole nutsack.
God damn it. Yeah, so Yeah, I don't have any
can show more.
Please
Oh
don't.
God!
What?
We're
Please.
This is YouTube, not like
Not OnlyFans.
or
This is not
Pornhub,
OnlyFans. Please.
whatever.
We don't need that exposure.
Yeah, but if you have an OnlyFans you'd like to plug, just let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got So Mason Taylor, second round pick. I have no
No, I
problem.
think I'm growing. He's
Hopefully,
growing on me a little bit.
hopefully they just are able to maximize his strengths and the things that he's not necessarily as good at. Maybe they'll be able to coach him up in those departments. And honestly, if not, like the main thing was we need another pass catcher. So even if he doesn't do any blocking whatsoever and he just kind of becomes a receiver, I wouldn't really care.
Yo, you know some bullshit that I fucking.
What's some
I
bullshit?
know this nigga doesn't know ball.
No.
What is
It's
it
some
now,
bullshit
Jesse?
that was fucking fed into my feed. Nah, nigga, shut the fuck.
What's going on?
I read some bullshit that said Olave was come to the Jets.
Oh
I
my
read
God.
I read a
some
lot
bullshit
of
that said Olave was come to the Jets. I was like,
Are you like
way.
3 months behind? What the fuck is going on here?
I've read a lot of bullshit about
I would
Chris
take
Olave coming
Olave
to the
first
Jets.
off. I would take.
I wouldn't.
Why?
I would
For
take
what?
him. I would take him.
For what?
You would?
Why?
He's one hit away
because
from
we have
retiring.
we have no receiver that's actually. That's fine.
I understand that, but one more hit, and he's done.
That motherfucker has CTE
Rodgers
already.
one hit away from retirement. Yeah.
Why would you want to trade for someone who's one hit away from an early retirement? Because I heard a lot of bullshit about Chris Olave coming to the Jets, and it ended up, at least to this point, it did not end up being true.
I'm actually very glad we made the better decision to not take Chris Olave.
I would actually take Olave. I would take Olave.
You see,
no?
And this is why this is JMI right here.
I think that's wild.
Honestly, Hecker, this is JMI.
Yeah, JMI comes in many shapes and forms, and I think we might all have our own.
But I think this is severe here. This is severe.
There's the severe cases. I think that the Joe and Clark spectrum of JMI, where it's just doom and gloom all the time.
I think it's right there.
It's I think there's like that type of JMI. Then there's like the blind optimism JMI. And then there's like the Justin's like line, like 3 months behind on news cycles, falls for clickbait that we traded Breece Hall to the Commanders JMI, and it's definitely diagnosable. So we're gonna recommend some good medications.
There is better help.
The first one, step one is put a shirt on, and then step 2 is to log into your BetterHelp account, and then step 3 is to hit whatever bong Mo just hit.
Yeah, no shit.
But let's move on to Chris Olave is probably not even really worth the time of day at this point.
No, not at all.
I mean, I guess if you're giving up like a 7th round pick,
all right. So this season's a wash. This season's a wash.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Or at least that's what we're told.
That's what I see. I can't tell you any much more.
So this season's a wash. Then why bother trading for Chris Olave?
Yeah, exactly. There is no point.
You would be giving up a draft pick for someone who could retire after one more.
I think Justin just wants to.
So like, I feel like it doesn't. I feel like whatever your perspective on this season is, Chris Olave just doesn't make sense.
But season's wise.
Whether
In
you
my
think the
opinion, it's
season's
not
a
a
wash or
wash.
not, it just doesn't make sense.
This is
If you think the
complete
season's a wash and
jam right now.
we're rebuilding for 2026, then
Justin has Jets
you're
mental
giving up
illness.
assets, future assets for a player who could retire if they take one more hit to the head. If
No. I'm not saying the season's a wash.
You said we were going to win like 3 games.
Didn't you just say we were going to win like 3 to 4 games?
Yeah.
Am I tripping?
Would that not be a wash?
Doesn't mean it's a wash.
I think that sounds like a wash to me.
I'm so confused right
You
now.
can win 3 to 4 games and still have a future.
Okay.
I mean, Chris Olave's contract is also expiring. He's in the same draft class as Garrett Wilson, so you'd also have to extend
why
him.
give up anything?
Why would you extend someone who's a one hit away from potentially retiring?
Oh no, that's on them to extend. They're not going to extend.
Yeah, so why should we trade for him?
Or if
you're saying the Saints.
I'm not saying trade for him. I'm not.
I thought
I'm
you
saying
were
I
saying
saw an article that we were trading for him.
Oh,
I
and I thought
you said the article.
I thought you said you would. So you're saying you wouldn't?
Hell no.
Okay. Yeah.
What the fuck did you bring this shit up for?
No, it makes zero sense to trade for Chris Olave.
It's an article that I fucking saw.
Oh my god!
You see a lot of like clickbait nonsense.
Yeah, and it honestly pissed me the fuck off because they're like, "Wait, Olave's coming to the Jets," and they're like, "Oh, this is a prediction." I'm like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about your predictions.
Another reason why Justin doesn't have a Twitter and it's fucking him over.
Yeah. Well, no. If I had a Twitter, I'd fucking start talking about this bullshit, and I acknowledge it's bullshit, and then I'd have people telling me, "Oh man, this is real."
But guess what?
That
would have ended like in like a minute.
Social media.
Yeah, social media is pretty whack. Moving on to our third round pick, we took Azareye'h Thomas. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Azareye'h Thomas, yeah.
Azareye'h Thomas. So at the time, this pick was at the and my initial reaction was there was a bit of a head scratcher. I was like, I don't know if I would have gone corner here. I mean, I guess we do need to replace DJ Reed, and I don't know if
he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
But yeah, it seems like they played the board well with that one. Like, it seems like they got a top 50 player in the draft at pick 73. Mm-hmm. So it seems like the value is there. He did run a 4.5 40, so that's pretty solid. And he is pretty tall.
4.5.
He's basically all right. Besides the bullshit, he's basically Sauce, but he's just a little bit shorter.
Yeah,
like in man, because he's really good in man coverage.
This guy doesn't have the wingspan that Sauce has.
Right. He doesn't. He's like 6'1.5", I want to say.
Yeah.
And Sauce is like 6'4".
Why do you say he's very good at man coverage? The man coverage, in my opinion, is a lot more difficult than zone. Why do you think he's better at man coverage?
Why do I think? Because
I'm asking why.
Because he played a lot of press coverage.
Because he's up in front. He's not distancing himself from receivers.
Okay. All right.
If you watch the tape. But Sauce, they don't play Sauce in man coverage.
Yeah, you're right about that.
They just have him traveling.
I'm just asking.
And
I'm asking what's going to be the fucking difference
between who? Him and Sauce?
No, between our defense in 2024 and 2025.
It's going to be worse.
It's going to be worse? Then what the fuck does it matter?
Wait, you're saying our defense is going to be worse this year?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, well, look, we're getting a player that just came out of college who's probably going to end up starting opposite side of Sauce. We lost DJ Reed.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
so he probably
100%.
Yeah, so he probably won't be as good as DJ Reed, but I think the defense as a whole will be better than it was last year. Why? Because they'll actually be getting coached. Number one, they'll actually be getting coached. I think that a lot of those tackling problems you saw last year are going to be corrected. And I think there are certain players on the team that had down years that could bounce back. Like maybe Quinn Williams bounces back.
What makes you so sure of that?
What
makes you so sure of that?
I'm not saying I'm sure, but I think that our defense will be better than it was last year.
So you're just projecting,
I think our
right?
defense was pretty bad last year. Like I think it would be hard for it to get worse.
Oh, shit.
That's part of it, but I also think that coaching is going to make a big difference.
That is true. And guess what? We still don't have a D tackle that can snatch up the middle on the run game.
A lot.
Yes, and that's probably the biggest qualm I have with the Jets draft.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a guarantee. I don't know if that's a guarantee. I don't know if that's a guarantee because I think our defense last year just gave up. They
gave up. So I think so. That's part of it too. They gave up. So do you think they're going to give up again? I think
no. I don't think so because I think one because this is also a thing that always happens. It's okay. You have a new coach now. You have a new energy.
And like Aaron Glenn seems like a no bullshit type of guy. Like if you fuck up, he's going to hold you accountable.
But I mean, it's who knows what's going to happen.
I would fucking hope so.
Yes, I would definitely hope so.
This is my biggest.
If that ends up not being the case, I'd be very disappointed.
Last season, I didn't have any hope for.
I always thought the defense
last season they had nothing to fucking fight for.
Well, yeah,
they had nothing to fight for. They were literally just going out there like, all right, yeah, we're gonna stop them for what fucking reason? For what fucking reason? So Aaron Rodgers could just do absolutely nothing.
So what are they fighting for now?
I think they were defeated because like they were playing so hard to keep the team in games with Zach Wilson and they were winning games, and then like they're doing this, and then like Aaron Rodgers comes in and like he's not what they expected and things aren't going the way they expected it to go with him. So it was deflating, and there was a lot of, I think, like, there was a lot of like, maybe lack of respect for the coaching or just a lack of coaching in general. So they kind of just quiet quit.
The whole organization. Fuck coaching. Fuck just this and that. No, it was lack of respect for everything. The defense had no
coaching.
Reason to go out on the field
that's wrong. Coaching had a lot to do with it. You can't tell me coaching had nothing to do with
fucking Ulbrich in, and they're like, all right, yeah, Ulbrich's gonna have
be careful bro.
Our defensive players play hard for what?
That was a fucking shitfall. Who cares? No, at that point, they didn't care anymore.
The defense got even worse when Ulbrich became head coach.
Yeah.
And then they just didn't care. The season was over at that point, and they knew it.
Yeah,
they knew it. The season was over. They knew Aaron Rodgers was washed up, and they knew that basically it wasn't really worth it. So So I think that just having like that new energy in the building, and
Yeah.
actually being held accountable, I think
So
will
they
go a
didn't
long way to getting
give
the
a fuck.
defense back to at least above average. I'm not saying they're necessarily going to be an elite top 5 or top 10 defense.
We were what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, we were top 5 in like 22 and 23.
We were elite defensively 2 years ago, and then
That's
all of a
one. That's
sudden,
one
oh
thing
man,
Salah had
something changes.
definitely
Something
in the
They
bag.
changes.
thought that a quarterback was going to fix all their problems, and that wasn't just the defense. That was the whole organization's mentality. It was the defense. It was the coaching. It was everyone. Everyone thought the quarterback is going to come in. Aaron Rodgers is going to come in and fix everything. And when he didn't, everyone quit and everything fell apart. But that was last year, and that last year doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, that was 2 years.
Yes, because
think about it. It was 2 years.
If I'm out there, if I'm out there playing
for 2 years,
if I'm out there solely playing defense, if I'm solely playing defense, trying fucking hard, why am I trying hard when your offense can't even get the ball goddamn down the field? Why? Why am I trying hard for this bullshit? Why?
I mean, as the person who couldn't even be bothered to
it's absolutely fucking retarded. It's retarded. It's retarded.
Justin, as the person who could not be bothered to put an article of clothing on for this podcast, like I see your point. Why bother and do anything?
My bad, man. I like being naked.
Hey, man, I can't blame you.
What did his nuts show up or what?
No. I'm just saying he's like, oh yeah, why would I bother? Why would the defense bother?
Oh yeah, I know.
And it's it's a salient point. And that's I think that's a big part of why things went the way they went last year.
It definitely is. But
I'm saying
like I'd be the same position.
I'm saying that there's still what I'm saying is there's still a lot of talent on the defense, and that
there is
proof.
Right.
I don't get the notion that they'll be worse.
So Justin, I remember when Justin, remember when you told me, all right, Justin Fields is going to get us into the playoffs, right? Remember when you texted in the group chat, you texted us that?
I did say that. I did.
Wait, what did
you did, right? And Justin said, all right, what if Justin Fields gets us into the playoffs?
I did say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
What
if Justin Fields gets us to the Super Bowl? And he didn't say shit. So I was like, all right. I was trying to like formulate something here.
I don't see that
where
happening.
I said, so right now, I'm going to ask both of you, in the next 4 years, do you see Justin Fields getting us to the Super Bowl?
No.
Okay. That answers my question.
4 years, nigga. That's a lot of time.
Well, how much time do you want to give him?
In the next 2?
4.
If he does
it in enough
2,
time?
If he does it in 2,
that's 4 years is not enough time for Aaron Glenn to build a team.
4 is a lot. 4 is a lot.
I'm not saying
but if he does it in 2,
the Aaron Glenn. I'm saying Justin Fields is probably like I think Justin Fields could get a Jets team to the playoffs in the next 2 years.
Okay, so you're with me where you agree that he's a bridge quarterback, right?
Most likely, yes.
Okay. Likely. So you wouldn't want a quarterback next year?
I mean, it really
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it.
What don't you want
to
say?
2 years.
So you're saying Super Bowl in 20
I don't
in the
want to
next
say that he's going to be an absolute
2020 what? 2028? 2029?
Next 2 years or
I mean, do you really see us winning a Super Bowl in 2028 with Justin Fields?
I don't.
I want to see progression.
That's all I needed to hear.
I don't necessarily know if I see us winning one with
progression in the playoffs.
Manning or Lenora Sellers or whoever.
I mean, but look, that's different.
It is different. It's a different discussion.
Yeah.
I guess all I'm saying is I'm going to give Fields a chance, see what he can do. I'm not going to be rooting for the Jets to lose every single game from the beginning. Because I'm not that sold on anyone. Like, there isn't this, to me, there isn't like some light at the end of the tunnel if we lose every single game. So, at least for the beginning of the season, I'm going to root for Justin Fields to do well. I'm going to root for the Jets to be competitive, and I'm going to root for them to win games. And I think there are more winnable games on their schedule than people think. And I think that, they could win, maybe 6 or 7 games. Maybe they surprise, maybe they surprise us. I don't know. Maybe they bottom out and win 3 games. If they start out 1-5 and Fields looks like shit, then okay, like let's tank for a quarterback.
It depends on what Justin Fields can do. Either in the first 5 games of Justin Fields playing for the Jets, we figure out if he is a franchise quarterback or if we're just waiting for our next one. And we've been waiting for our next one.
I can tell you right now.
Hey, you know what though? To be fair to Fields, like,
in my opinion, Pennington was our last best franchise quarterback was Chad Pennington.
Yeah, and he had his limitations.
We are way behind
that we needed to upgrade.
Yeah, yes, he did. Yes,
100%. So, all right,
but
so
this is a quarterback.
Look, this is my point here. Why just fucking waste time?
Well, who else are we gonna get right now, or who are we gonna tank for?
Dude, there's 5 quarterbacks that we can tank for.
And how many of them do we think will actually be
that
good?
we could possibly?
I think maybe at least 3.
That's based
at least 3.
Who? Arch Manning, Drew Aller, and Lenore
Archie's
Sellers.
Probably number 1 right there.
Yeah, well, Arch will probably. I do not see Arch Manning coming to the Jets. He will either, if the Jets have the number 1 pick, he will stay in school, or he will pull an Eli, because just like his namesake, he will not go to the Jets.
But that depends. That depends.
Peyton won't let it happen
because they have an easy ass schedule, and he could win the Heisman. If you're winning the Heisman, I would fucking go to the draft, and if you're expected to be the number 1,
I would too.
I don't know.
Unless your NIL deal is paying you more to stay.
Then we're just fucking stuck in purgatory forever.
I mean, most likely, yes.
And I'm gonna be an Eagles fan after that.
That makes you weak and a coward, some would say.
Yeah, fuck it.
But yeah, no, I mean,
at least we won.
The 2026 draft, the 2026 draft is still so far away. There's a whole NFL season, a whole college football season. So much can change. So much can change between now and then.
I'm really not gonna make my decision until like October.
Yeah. Then you'll have like enough college games, and you'll have enough. Yeah. You'll have enough of the field.
I'm just wishful thinking right now because I'm just fucking pissed off, and I feel like this shit is not gonna work.
Yeah. Want to get even more pissed off? Let's talk about day 3 of the draft. So yeah, the Azaria Thomas pick, I think was pretty good.
Yes, no, he's good.
But yeah, I think the first real like buzzkill head scratcher pick was
all the motherfuckers are gonna get cut.
Yeah, especially Arian Smith. That was just that pick did not make any sense really at all. It feels like it very. I hope he proves us all wrong, but that very much felt like you drafted like a Stephen Hill. Like, okay, yeah, this guy can do everything but catch a football.
I was trying to be so nice with all the fucking picks, and I honestly I feel like every single pick in the third day of the draft except for Malachi Moore, might get cut.
Yeah, the Arian Smith one was especially a head scratcher. Jalen Royals was on the board. I would have rather taken him. And then
Absolutely.
when the Chiefs took him like 5 picks later, that just kind of validated that feeling. I was like, oh, okay, like the real organization just took Jalen Royals, so of course, like they're gonna make something out of him. And we're gonna have Arian Smith, who will probably, I don't know if he'll get cut year one, but he'll probably be like healthy scratched every week. He'll probably be like Malachi Corley last year, where you didn't even see him most of the time. And he probably, maybe he can run a reverse or a jet sweep or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that pick was awful. I do like the Malachi. I did like the Malachi Moore pick. He was someone who kind of was coming up in. He was kind of someone who was coming up in like mock drafts for me a lot, and safety is an area of need. He's gonna have the chance. He's gonna have. I think he has a chance to maybe even compete for like a starting job.
I think he's good. He started for like a good 4 years, I think, at Alabama. And I think the reason they took him is because Aaron Glenn, he said he reminded him. Well, he actually like kind of trained Brian Branch, and
he was
he
saying that
reminded him of Brian Branch. So I was like, okay, maybe he got some similar traits to him. But I mean, it's wait to be seen.
Right, and then after that they took a linebacker from Miami and Tyler Barron, an edge from Miami. I'll be honest, don't really know too much about either of them. They're those are 5th and 6th round picks. So
they could have went undrafted, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So they really just didn't play the board well on day 3. With those picks, Malachi Moore, hopefully he becomes, hopefully Malachi Moore can become something. Because otherwise,
he's the only one that I liked on that day 3. Everybody else, they could fuck off.
Yeah, and I mean, we don't have to talk about all their UDFA signings, but there were a few that I liked. I liked them getting Brady Cook. Especially now that Jordan Travis is retired. I don't know if they knew he was retiring or not, but they should have. If you're taking these swings on these day 3 guys, why not pick like a Kyle McCord or someone? Like, I get staying away from Shedeur Sanders, especially as like a new head coach and a new GM, because that could be just like career suicide. Just all the baggage.
Didn't he get? He got drafted though by the Eagles, didn't he?
Kyle McCord did, yeah, but I think there were times where we could have taken him.
No shit.
So I'm saying, dude, if you're gonna light a draft pick on fire, why not light it on fire for? I'm agreeing with you that the Jets are stupid right now. Why not light that pick on fire for a quarterback? But hey, you know what? Brady Cook's not too bad. I also liked the Donovan Edwards, the Michigan running back they signed.
Advocating for Brady Cook.
Yeah, he kind of fell off actually. He was really good, and I guess last year, I don't know what happened to him, but I know he was on the NCAA cover.
Yeah, he was. He was one of the guys on the college football cover.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
We signed a kicker.
Why did he fall off so much?
We did sign a kicker. We signed Caden Davis from Ole Miss. So that, I think, that might end up being our best UDFA signing. Because Lord knows we need a kicker.
A kicker is very crucial right now, but the Jets is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
So Justin, let me ask you this, because I know that Mo is not.
Hecker knows more what I want to do.
Yeah, just shut up and let me ask the question. I know Mo is not like pro Glenn, pro Muji. Like when you say the Jets are stupid, like are you also like anti Glenn, anti Muji, or is it more just like no matter who's in charge,
I'm
no
not
matter who's in
anti
charge,
Glenn
Woody
because I
Johnson's
was
there,
seeing.
and it's nothing's ever going to change unless he's gone.
Well, yes, I am somewhat. Yes, I am somewhat in the sense that Woody does have control. Yes,
All right.
but I'm hoping. I'm simply hoping that the fact that no, there's no hope. Woody's an idiot. Uh,
Oh, this is perfect. Hold on.
he's he's appointed people that he hopes to control, because I don't think Woody ever wants to lose control of the team.
Yeah, I think there are
So
times where he might
I
take a
think
little bit
his
of a step
input
back,
is
but
always crucial.
he'll never be
And
fully like handcuffed.
I'm hoping that we get to a point where people just say, Woody, you're fucking retarded.
Yeah, and I'm sure there are people out
Do you
there
think the
that are.
Jets ever get to the point where people
This is
tell
what we
Woody that
need
he's
to do.
retarded?
This
Like
is this is
he deserves
exactly
to put a helmet on?
that's exactly what we need to
Yeah.
do.
Well, I mean, there were games where some sell the team chants broke out.
We
I
need to
think that
keep doing it.
I think keep applying the pressure. I think that there
But
was
that's not enough. That's not enough.
it doesn't matter because he already has the
I
money.
need people literally putting a helmet on his fucking face, saying, "Hey, you deserve to be put on the retard button."
Like just put a helmet or a paper bag
That's
on
the
his face.
only
Says I
way
ride the
Woody
split
would
bus.
ever one selling the team that he's done years ago, or two acknowledging that he is fucking retarded.
He probably just banned that fan from attending MetLife Stadium for life, and probably have him
Oh
arrested.
yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
Maybe if enough people do it, eventually he'll be like, "All right, like enough
definitely.
is enough."
I agree with you there. Does it? That doesn't mean I don't see it happen. Hell no. Of course I want to fucking see that shit happen. Woody is retarded. He is.
No disagreements
He's
there.
got to be. There's
So
no way that you can be so confident in your fucking ideology. That's so wrong. Look, I'm wrong in so many fucking picks. I acknowledge I'm wrong. So many fucking picks I make, but I'm not retarded enough to be like, oh
but
man,
wait.
this is a
So like,
guarantee.
all right. I want to ask you something because Woody really didn't do shit in like the
Woody's
2000s, right?
Woody
I
is
think I
on the
think Woody
goddamn
He
didn't really
really
brink.
didn't,
start.
and we actually made the playoffs a lot in
Yeah,
the
I have a
2000s.
theory behind that. I have a theory
Okay,
behind. I think
what's
that
your theory?
We
my
we
theory
made the
is that Woody
playoffs.
didn't. My theory is that Woody didn't start meddling the way he is now until like he got on Twitter. I think that before
Mm,
Twitter, before like all this online stuff, I think he kind of just stayed out of the way, let the people that he
okay.
hired do their things, and let the chips
He
fall where
did.
they may. And
I
then
agree.
I
Mm.
think once
I agree with you.
Twitter became a thing
I
and it
agree.
got bigger and bigger, and the Jets have such a huge community on Twitter, and then he's got a Twitter account, he's got a burner account. Brick Johnson's got burner accounts, and they started going on spaces and following like Drew from Jersey and whoever the fuck else. Like, I think that as that online presence of the Jets fan community grew, I think that's when he started being like, oh, like, why aren't we doing some of these things that these fans are suggesting we do? And I think that's when it kind of started. and it became like a domino
But
effect.
that's because Woody has no goddamn fucking life.
Correct.
Like he thinks he's a fucking football whisperer. He's a
Because
fucking
just because he like
retard.
owns the team.
Fuck out of here. Like I'm retarded in so many fucking aspects of life. I'm not gonna say I can take a football team to the goddamn Super Bowl as
Yeah,
confidently as Woody does.
I would just provide the
He's
resources that
retarded.
are necessary. Just here's your training
I'm
facility.
retarded. I'm retarded in the aspect of like, yeah, I can coach up a team.
All right, can we not say that?
It's dumb. It's absolutely
I have
dumb.
another theory. I think Justin is trying to
Yeah,
get
my
us
bad.
banned.
My bad.
He shows up naked. He wants his band.
God damn, nigga. You over here. I could say nigga before you could say retarded. I'll tell you that shit, dude. We might have to just wash this whole damn
Yeah.
podcast, to be honest with you.
It's gonna be definitely
My
gonna
bad.
have some
It's
My
editing.
I
bad,
honestly,
man. My bad.
you know what?
I don't see it that
I
way.
feel like we should just change this podcast to just three dudes chilling.
Maybe.
Forget all the other shit. Three dudes
I don't
chilling.
see it
That's
that
it.
way. I just see it calling out fucking retards, man.
Yeah.
Well, I like to say that too,
Yeah.
because I
That's
think
how it
like
is.
half of
My
fucking
bad. My
Jet's
bad.
Twitter is half a
I'll
fucking
chill.
retard.
I'll chill with the slurs.
Yeah, I think Jet's Twitter is just like a disease that
Yeah,
goes I think
it
it's a
really
disease that
is.
goes
Oh,
I think it's a
definitely
disease
is.
that goes beyond being disabled.
And I don't want to put names out there, but
Yeah.
a hacker knows who they are.
Lay off the meth. You know who you are. Lay off the meth. And there are more than one of you who need to lay off the meth.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Anywho,
Yo,
moving on.
quick question. If you could chill with Woody with meth, or oh shit, I never done meth. But anyways,
This nigga.
if you could chill with Woody, his meth fucking shit, or you choose to actually have a decent coach that listens,
That's never gonna
what
happen.
would you choose?
I would choose Woody to get to actually just fall off a cliff.
Woody ain't
Honestly,
falling off
I'd
of
rather
no
have
cliff
Brick
anytime
Johnson
soon.
running the team right now. I'd rather have Brick Johnson running the team. Because honestly, I think he'd do a better job.
Anyone could do a better job than Woody. Woody's
That's my
absolute
point.
garbage. For that pissed me the fuck off because this nigga is like
Well, you better hope fucking
he
Aaron
doesn't give a
Glenn.
shit about he
You better
doesn't
hope
give a
Aaron
shit about the
Glenn does
team.
something really good. I give him 3 years.
100%. I agree. But Woody doesn't give a shit about the team. He really doesn't give a shit about the team.
No, he just wants ticket sales and all that shit.
Yeah. And the ticket
That's
sales
it.
will come through because my dumbass is going to show up to any game I want to go to.
See, and you're the problem.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you
That's
there.
that, and
I
that's
am a
why
part of the goddamn problem.
you need to not go to the damn game.
But I'm gonna go to the game because I want to go. I want to go see my team play. It
Well,
has
guess what?
nothing to do with Woody.
And,
I want to
then
see my fucking team play.
see, now you have Jet's mental illness. Because you want to watch them win a useless fucking game. And see, you're laughing about it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You want to watch them win useless fucking games
Nah,
that
I'd
mean
hope it's not
nothing.
useless.
What do you mean?
I'd hope it's not useless. I
What
would
do you mean
hope
you
it's not
hope?
useless.
I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be useless. I'm telling you. I hear it from the source. Dude, I'm telling you, you're gonna be wasting your fucking money.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I
Uh,
already know that.
and and you're just gonna do it anyway.
Yep.
You wildin'. And I thought I was retarded.
Yeah, 100%.
See, nigga, we're trying to protest here.
I ain't spending big bucks.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Look,
Don't
if
go
I
to the fucking
believe
game.
protests would get Woody to fucking yo,
Fuck the game.
if Woody would sell the team, if he would sell the team off in protest, I
This is how
protest.
you. This is how you get them to sell the team. Don't go to the games. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but niggas is gonna go to the game.
Yeah,
The
niggas gonna
game
go to
is
the
still gonna
game.
be stacked.
Why? To
Yeah,
watch what?
and Woody's
We're
gonna be
gonna
like,
win the
all right,
Super
well,
Bowl with Justin Fields.
nah,
Watch a fun game with
nah.
Justin Fields where we go 6-10, or 6-11. That's so
Yeah,
much fun.
yeah, yeah. I hope it.
That's so much fun. I love winning 6 games. I love not making the playoffs. That's the best part of the
It's not
football
gonna make
season.
a change.
Oh no, it will. It makes a change. You get your 1 win or your 6 wins.
Yeah,
You are the cancer to the
me being
Jets.
there ain't gonna change it.
Yes, it is. You
Nah.
make a
Oh hell no, no.
difference.
That's Woody. That's Woody.
You
Hell
going to the
no, I don't
Jets
make a
games is
difference.
basically voting for Trump. You think I'm lying?
Nah, nah.
You're voting for Trump. 100%. I'm telling
Nah.
you. Just watch the games at home and be comfortable. They got the TV deals.
Oh no, I always am.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
always
telling you.
am. But
Where the fuck did Hacker go? Oh, this nigga cut us off.
I don't fucking know.
Oh, he
I have
did
no
this on
fucking idea.
purpose. Oh, I got my fries
All I
ready.
know, niggas, yo,
All
I
I
don't,
know,
I
nigga,
don't
is we're
mind
gonna
going to
fucking
games,
win three to
man.
four fucking games. And this is still recording.
4? We got 4. We got 4 games. 4 games. Nah,
Hold on, let
nah.
me call you back.
These niggas are trash.
I said,
We're losing every game.
All right, I'm back. Oh well, I guess everyone left, so I guess that's it. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been our draft recap. I give the Jets a B minus, and I think we're gonna win 6 games this year, and the schedule will come out, and we'll do more. We'll get more into that, but thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time. This has been the Emergency Landing Podcast. Peace.